Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. We are in beautiful Colorado to test some winter tires. This is the perfect weather today. You might say it's sunny, huh? But believe me, there is snow, there is ice, and you never know when a snowstorm will get here. So today we're with Nokian. We're gonna test the new HAKKAPELIITTA LT3. This is the perfect tire for a big truck. Either you're snow plowing or you've got a commercial vehicle, or if you like to go on snowmobile adventure and you've got a big trailer and a big truck, you need to have the perfect tire for you, and you never know when weather is gonna turn bad. So today here at Car Question, we're gonna put this Ram with the LT3 to the test. New tire, new technology, but Steve, I can see a lot of inspiration from the HAKKAPELIITTA 9 into that HAKKAPELIITTA LT3.
You're absolutely right. The tread pattern on the HAKKAPELIITTA LT3 was certainly inspired from the HAKKAPELIITTA 9. There are some major differences, however, between the two products. I mean, of course, the LT3 is designed for larger vehicles and heavier load, but definitely inspired from the HAKKAPELIITTA 9.
I can see that you work on the different contact patch on the block to make those stronger, because the weight is an enemy when you've got a plow in front, when you've got some equipment in the back. You've got to add also the regular weight of the truck. Those emergency vehicles are so big and so heavy, so you've attached all those blocks to give you better traction.
That's exactly right. Essentially, when you're talking about a light truck vehicle, and that additional weight reduces the stability of the tire and of the vehicle overall. So it's important when you're designing that tire to make sure that not only your rubber compounds, but your tread pattern is able to maintain the stability in the vehicle overall.
Often people will work with that tire, so you're gonna go in some paths that are like full of rocks, full of branch, full of snow, full of ice, and sometimes it can pierce the side of the tires, but you work really to make that strong.
We've developed over the last few years some aramid sidewall technology, where we take cut aramid cord and we include it in the sidewall rubber. And that's actually included in all of our SUV, light truck, and cargo products. And the aramid that we include improves the mechanical strength of the sidewall and helps to prevent both road hazards and punctures in the sidewall.
When you're working with your truck, you don't want to be stopped with a flat tire. And I'm looking at this tire and I can see the stud. I can see one which is kind of shared with the HAKKAPELIITTA 9 once again, but there's only one kind of stud on this tire.
That's right. In the shoulder area of the HAKKAPELIITTA 9 has a particular stud to help with lateral traction. And that's the stud that we borrowed and brought over to the HAKKAPELIITTA LT3. Similar shape and size of stud, although the stud on the HAKKAPELIITTA LT3 is quite a bit longer than it is on the HAKKAPELIITTA 9.
And when I look at the color, there's been a complete change of material there.
When we're talking about studs for light trucks, typically we use steel. In the HAKKAPELIITTA LT3, we've decided to use stainless steel. So that helps to prevent rust. Without the stud rusting, you have a much more durable stud and a stud that looks a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, and you've got also the degradation of the stud over time. You see the color change, but you also see the shape changing, and that's when you're going to lose them with regular steel.
Well, we know how rust works, and rust will eventually take away at the steel, and it'll start to fall apart on you. And you're absolutely right. Eventually, that rust will cause the degradation of the steel and cause those to fall out in many other products.
So Steve, safety is really important for you, reliability also. Thank you so much for all the new characteristics about this tire, and get ready guys, you're gonna see it's real impressive with more action coming on. Let's talk about how I like that tires, and first of all, I'm impressed. It's really hard for you to see, guys, but the temperature here really affected the terrain. So we did some slaloms with the truck, and when you've got some bad tires on those one, driving with it on icy surface, you know that the tail is really loose. But this one felt really in confidence, you know, with the stud and that nice technology of studding that won't rust over time, that won't break and lose the traction that you need when you're going to be working out there 7 days a week in those big snowstorms. And I really love the fact that they took their technology of the Nokian HAKKAPELIITTA 9 and created the LT3 with so many advantages. And when you put all your equipment on a truck, and often it's even more heavy in the back with all the salt, with all the sand that you've put in, you need to rely on a tire that will be able to pick up that load. I know we were not loaded today, but believe me, you can feel it when you're going to be driving, that this one is made to resist all the impact that we had on the track. Sometimes we were on the edge of going outside it, took a bump, and you know, those big ruts forming more and more. It was really hard on the suspension, but even more on the tire. You can see it working. And how about how the snow is evacuated as soon as you step on it? We put it in two-wheel drive, floor it, and you can see pretty much all the snow went away and just digging the track, giving you traction. And that's what you need when you're working with your truck in those nasty situations out there. And you need to rely on your tire to do your job, but often be there for other people. If you've got an emergency vehicle, if you're the snowbloking in your area, believe me, you will be impressed on the reaction of this tire, the traction it's going to give, and the steering input. Also, I would like to note that the sound level is not too bad. It was a comment that I got with the LT2 about when you're going to be rolling those, how high the sound was. So we didn't do a lot of tarmac, and I'm not used to drive a Ram in everyday use, but still it was really quiet on the highway when we just got here at the track. So it's an impressive tire, and that's what I like with all the technology that Nokian put in it, a tire that you can rely on. So there you go, guys. We had an awesome time putting this tire to the test. I want to know, what did you think about that? Feel free to comment in the section down there below. Remember, the perfect tire needs to be for the perfect application. If you've got a big truck, you're working with it, you need to rely on your tires, you will need to think about this LT3. So thumbs up, and remember, subscribe to Car Question, because we're doing some real winter tire testing here in this channel. Take care.